and all this each and every living organism that is made up of cell. So this is the first criteria, that living organism are made up of cell. Second, we are saying that various functions which are essential for survival of living organism that is going on inside the body of living organism. See, living organism, what we see, they respire, they excrete, they take the nutrients in their body. So there are many functions which the living things perform. Okay, and if we are going to differentiate between living and non-living thing, many points are there on the basis of which the differentiation could be done. The first thing is that when we are saying that all living things are made up of cell, it means that living things body are made up of cell. May we take the example of unicellular or maybe multicellular. हम लोग चाहे यूनिसेलुलर्स को ले या मल्टीसेलुलर्स को ले, इफ वी सी द बेसिक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ इट इज मेड अप ऑफ सेल. बेसिक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में हमें क्या दिखेगा? सेल दिखेगा. ठीक है, तो सेल, all living organisms we can say that they are made up of cells. ठीक है. Second one, we see that living things show movement. There is growth in the living organism. Okay, growth and development will take place in the living organism. Then living thing take food to gain energy. Living thing respire. Living thing excrete. So on the basis of that, we are going to divide living and non-living thing. ठीक है. Next, in living things, many many we can say in the body many functions are carried out. Living things के body में अगर देखो तो बहुत सारे functions जो है वो carried out होते हैं. What kind of function we are talking about? We are talking about same consumption of food that is going on through the process of nutrition. Okay. Similarly, we are taking oxygen, releasing carbon dioxide. Certain living organisms are there, they are taking carbon dioxide, in exchange they are giving us oxygen. So many things are there, many processes are continuously occurring in our body. Okay, all that processes which are taking place in our body, and that is essential for survival, that is essential for the survival of living organism. That type of processes are called life processes. Okay, now anyone tell me how we are going to define life process? Life process को हम लोग कैसे define करेंगे बताओ तो? Life processes. Yes.
The basic functions performed by living organism to maintain their life on this earth is called life process.
Yes, there are various functions which occur in the body of living organism, and these functions are essential for survival of the living organism, and that's why these functions are called life processes. Means for survival of living organism, many functions are carried out in our body, and that functions are called life processes. Okay, say for example we are taking nutrition. How we are going to define nutrition? कैसे हम लोग nutrition को define करेंगे? Yes.
Nutrition is a process by which we take food and utilize it.
Yes, it is simply taking food and its utilization in the body. That is nutrition. Then when we talk about respiration, it is simply exchange of gases. Okay, or we can say it is simply respiration can be defined as what? It is breakdown of food material in presence of oxygen to gain energy. That is that also occur at the cellular level. Then transportation, that is exchange of material, excretion, removal of waste materials. So there are different processes which are continuously going on in our body. Same, suppose a person is sleeping, at that time also various functions are there that is going on inside his or her body. Okay, अगर कोई सो रहा है or if someone is in rest position, then also many things are continuously going on into his or her body. Okay, continuously ये functions होते रहते हैं, and these functions are essential for survival of living organism. Living organism को जीवित रहने के लिए ये functions जो है जरूरी है. तो that type of processes are called life processes. ये जो process है, जो अलग-अलग process की हम लोग बात किए, जैसे कि growth, nutrition, respiration, excretion, reproduction, even These are essential for survival of living organism, and that's why they are called life processes. Now, when we are talking about nutrition, okay, as we people are defining that it is simply what we are doing, we are taking food to gain energy. Means it is, we can say that it is the process of obtaining food and then utilizing the food to gain energy. That is nutrition. ये जो है nutrition जो है वो process of taking food and then that food, how the food is utilized in our body to give us energy. That is nutrition. Okay. Now there are two types of nutrition. What are those? Yes, anyone? Two types of nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Now, how we are going to define autotrophic nutrition? Autotrophic nutrition को कैसे define करोगे?
Self-fulfilling
Mode
food
of
by
nutrition in which an organism makes its own food from simple inorganic material.
Yes, this is the process by which living organism prepare its own food. In this mode of nutrition, by the process of photosynthesis, a living organism make its own food utilizing the raw material. What are the raw material? The raw material are carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so plant and animal do not obtain food by the same process. What we see that in plants and some bacteria, a green color pigment is present that is called chlorophyll, and that help in synthesizing the food. ये जो chlorophyll है वो food synthesis में मदद करता है. ठीक है, तो the term autotrophic mode of nutrition is that type of nutrition in which a living organism prepare its own food. By which process? By the process of photosynthesis. Okay, and it is utilizing the raw materials like carbon dioxide and water. तो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड और वाटर को यूटिलाइज करके रॉ मटेरियल्स को इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ सनलाइट एंड क्लोरोफिल, ग्रीन प्लांट make their own food and they are called autotrophs, and the mode, their mode of nutrition is called autotrophic mode of nutrition. इनका mode of nutrition क्या हो गया? Autotrophic mode of nutrition हो गया. Now can you tell me, if we are talking about the process of photosynthesis, what are the raw materials which we people right now discussed? कौन से raw materials की हम लोग बात किए? Yes.
CO2 and water in the presence of sunlight.
Carbon dioxide and water. And carbon dioxide it is gaining from? Yes. Okay. From the air. And water it is taking from the soil. Okay. In presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, by the process of photosynthesis, plants are making their own food. That is autotrophic mode of nutrition. Now, what is the site of photosynthesis? Yes, anyone? What is the site of photosynthesis?
Leaf.
Yes.
Chlorophyll.
Leaf.
Leaf is the correct answer, but I want to know the exact place where we can say when we are talking about the site of photosynthesis, then the exact place where photosynthesis is taking place, that is?
Stomatas.
No, not stomata. See, though all green plants are capable of performing photosynthesis, the leaves are the most suitable organ for this process, as you people said. तुम लोगों ने अभी कहा कि leaf होगा, so leaf is the suitable place for photosynthesis, and the cell of leaf contains some special organelles called chloroplast. Do you know about chloroplast? That is one kind of plastid. वो क्या है? एक तरह का plastid है. So we can say that chloroplast is the site where photosynthesis is carried out. Chloroplast वो site है जहाँ की photosynthesis होता है. This is the main site, and these are plastid which contain light absorbing green color pigment that is called chlorophyll. Okay, means process of photosynthesis is carried out by the green leaves. In green leaves, chloroplast is present. That is the site for photosynthesis. And chloroplast, what it contain? It contain the green color pigment which is called chlorophyll. I think now you got it. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the site of photosynthesis? In one word, if you want to answer, what you are going to say? In one word, if you are
Chloroplast.
answering it, it is the chloroplast, or the type of plastid, we can say, where the process of photosynthesis will take place. That is the site or the place. Now, what are the requirements of photosynthesis? Yes, anyone?
Requirement of photosynthesis are carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll.
Yes, 4 requirement we people have discussed. Okay, right now we people have discussed about the raw material for photosynthesis. Then we people come to know that what is the site where photosynthesis is taking place, and now we are saying that what are the things, okay, what are the requirements for photosynthesis. See, when we are talking about requirement, the first requirement is chlorophyll, the second one is carbon dioxide, then third one water, and then last one is the sunlight. Because already we people have discussed that plant is using carbon dioxide, it is using carbon dioxide and water. Okay, these two things are the raw materials for photosynthesis. And then 2 things must be present. The first one is sunlight, and then sunlight. And the next one is chlorophyll. Okay, these 2 things are necessary for the process of photosynthesis to be carried out. Photosynthesis process जो है वो उसके लिए these are the 2 raw materials which we people are talking about, that is carbon dioxide and water. But 2 more things are necessary, that is sunlight and chlorophyll. So when we are talking about requirement of photosynthesis, so 4 things we will say. The first one is sunlight, second one is chlorophyll, third one we are taking water, and then the carbon dioxide. All the 4 is necessary or the required things for photosynthesis. Now chlorophyll, this is the green color pigment. Where it is present? It is present in the green leaves. Okay, chlorophyll, it is a green color pigment found in the photosynthetic organism and are responsible for the green color. As you know, chloroplast is responsible for providing green color due to the presence of chlorophyll. Okay. Second one is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide the plant is taking from the air. Okay, that is also a essential raw material for the process of photosynthesis. Next, water, the plant is taking it from the soil, and the last one is sunlight. Sunlight is very much essential thing for the process of photosynthesis. Okay, because the green plant, that is the chlorophyll pigments, are going to trap this sunlight. Now, what is the mechanism of photosynthesis? अब हम लोग मेन जो डिस्कशन पॉइंट है उसको डिस्कस करते हैं कि how the mechanism, how the photosynthesis is taking place, what is the mechanism of photosynthesis. Okay, so see, 3 steps are there in the process of photosynthesis. The first one is light energy is absorbed by the chlorophyll molecule found inside the chloroplast. Right now, we people have discussed that in the chloroplast, okay, which pigment is present? Chlorophyll is present. अभी हमने डिस्कस किया कि chlorophyll कहाँ present रहता है? It is present in the chloroplast. Okay, so the first step, what we will see when we are talking about a green leaf. Say we have taken a green leaf here. I am drawing one green leaf. Okay, like this. Here I am drawing one green leaf. This is the green leaf. Okay, now here we are representing the stomata. Now what happened when solar energy fall in this green leaf? अगर इस green leaf पे solar energy fall हुआ, तो the chlorophyll pigments which are present, जो chlorophyll pigments हैं जो कि present हैं, these chlorophyll pigments, what will happen? They will get excited to trap the solar energy. ये solar energy को trap करते हैं green pigments जो chlorophyll है, ठीक है? तो when light energy fall on green leaves, then the chlorophyll pigment get excited and they trap the solar energy. ये क्या किए? ये solar energy को trap करेंगे. See how it happens. Here, if we are taking drawing a small green leaf, and here we are showing the chlorophyll pigments are present. Then when sun's ray fall on these, then what will happen? It is going to capture trap the solar energy. Okay, so once solar energy, once sunlight fall on the green pigment, they get excited and they trap the solar energy. वो सोलर एनर्जी को ट्रैप करते हैं, ठीक है। वेयर दे आर फाउंड इन द क्लोरोप्लास्ट, कहाँ ये मिलते हैं क्लोरोफिल, क्लोरोप्लास्ट, ठीक है। एंड द एब्जॉर्ब्ड एनर्जी cause splitting of the water molecule into hydrogen and oxygen. Once they trap the solar energy, okay, this is the first step for photosynthesis. Second one, after trapping solar energy, the absorbed energy, what it is going to do? It is going to break down or split the water molecule into hydrogen and oxygen. So in process of, in presence of light, the breaking down of water into hydrogen and oxygen is taking place. That is, splitting of water take place. That's why it is called what? Photolysis. Okay, in presence of light, the lysis, that is the breakdown, is carried out. Okay, so this one is photolysis. So next one is the absorbed energy causes splitting of water molecule into hydrogen and oxygen, and during this process light energy get converted into chemical energy. और इस प्रोसेस में क्या होता है, लाइट एनर्जी जो है केमिकल एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट हो गया। तो फर्स्ट स्टेप वी आर, व्हेन वी आर डिस्कसिंग द मैकेनिज्म ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस, व्हाट वी आर सेइंग, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द सोलर एनर्जी इज ट्रैप्ड, okay, it is taken by the due to when solar energy fall on the green leaves, the chlorophyll pigments, what they are doing, they are trapping the solar energy, and then this absorbed energy is used for splitting of water, that is photolysis is carried out. After then that is converted into, okay, the solar energy, light energy is getting converted into chemical energy, and finally carbon dioxide is reduced to carbohydrate. और लास्ट में सबसे क्या होता है, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड जो है वो कार्बोहाइड्रेट में रिड्यूस्ड हो जाता है, ठीक है। तो these are the 3 steps which is given in your book, that is in NCERT. NCERT में ये 3 steps तुम्हारे mention है, okay, 3 steps for photosynthesis that is given in your book. The first one, it is given that absorption of light energy by the chlorophyll. सबसे पहले क्या हुआ, लाइट एनर्जी जो है क्लोरोफिल पिगमेंट्स ने एब्जॉर्ब किया। कन्वर्जन ऑफ लाइट एनर्जी टू केमिकल एंड स्प्लिटिंग ऑफ वाटर मॉलिक्यूल, लाइट एनर्जी केमिकल एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट हुआ और वाटर स्प्लिट हो गया हाइड्रोजन और ऑक्सीजन में। नेक्स्ट, रिडक्शन ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड टू कार्बोहाइड्रेट, थर्ड स्टेप, it is the reduction process, okay, and here what happens, carbon dioxide is converting into carbohydrate. So these are the 3 steps for photosynthesis. Now when we are talking about the equation, how we are going to write the equation for photosynthesis, कैसे हम लोग photosynthesis का equation लिखेंगे, तो see the equation can be written in this way. इक्वेशन को हम लोग कैसे लिखेंगे, सी हियर हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू राइट द इक्वेशन फॉर फोटोसिंथेसिस, इट इज 6CO2 plus 12H2O, okay, in presence of chlorophyll and sunlight, okay, chlorophyll और sunlight के presence में, chlorophyll and sunlight, ये sunlight और chlorophyll के presence में ये क्या देगा, it is going to give glucose, that is C6H12O6. This is glucose, 6 oxygen plus 6 water. This is the equation for photosynthesis. So what is the equation for photosynthesis? You are going to simply write this one. Site of photosynthesis already discussed. Then what is photosynthesis? What are the raw materials which will be used in the process of photosynthesis? And then how the mechanism, what is the mechanism of photosynthesis, how photosynthesis is carried out. See, we people have discussed 3 steps. 3 steps हमने discuss किया for the process of photosynthesis. Okay, the first one is when sunlight falls on the green leaf, then what happened? The chlorophyll pigment get excited and they trap the sun's solar energy, and after that solar energy get converted into chemical energy, and then there is a splitting of water, which is called photolysis. Okay, in presence of light, the lysis is carried out. That is, the breakdown is carried out, and water breaks into hydrogen and oxygen. And then there is a reduction process, that is, carbon dioxide is reduced into carbohydrate. So these are the 3 main steps for the process of photosynthesis. Now, what are the end product of photosynthesis? See here, these are the end products. these three are the end products for photosynthesis. ये तीनों जो हैं, glucose, oxygen and water. Okay, these are the end product for the process of photosynthesis. Okay, now one by one I am going to ask from one by one. So how you are going to define what is photosynthesis? Yes, कैसे define करोगे? Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants prepare their own food utilizing the raw material like carbon dioxide and water in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. So this is called photosynthesis. Now, what are the raw materials? Raw material is carbon dioxide and water. कौन से raw material use किया? Carbon dioxide for water. Where do they get these two raw materials from? Where do they are getting? So carbon dioxide they get from air and water they are getting from the soil. After that, two condition is necessary. One is presence of sunlight, another one is chlorophyll. See the three steps which we people have discussed. Okay, that is absorption of light energy and conversion of light energy into chemical and then splitting of water. These two steps are taking place in presence of light. ये दोनों steps जो हैं in presence of light होंगे, ठीक है? That's why these two steps are put in light reaction. And the last one, it is dark reaction, means in absence of light also this reaction is carried out. Okay, so reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrate, that is in absence of light also it takes place. Okay, if there is no light, means after dusk we can say. Okay, when there is no light, then this process is carried out. So light reaction and dark reaction, that is known as, इसी को light reaction और dark reaction कहते हैं, ठीक है? So I think now regarding photosynthesis, things are clear to you all. क्या photosynthesis clear हुआ?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any doubt? Yes.
Mechanism of
Do you have any doubt? What is photolysis? Anyone tell me? What is photolysis?
Photolysis is a decomposition reaction in which the breakdown of a compound takes place due to the light, sunlight, light.
Photolysis in presence of light, breakdown is carried out, means water breaks up into hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, that is photolysis. So remember, the first step is absorption of solar energy or light energy that is absorbed by the chlorophyll. Second step is conversion of light energy into chemical energy, and there is photolysis of water. After that, the last one is reduction of carbon dioxide into carbohydrate. These are the three steps for photosynthesis. Now, next we will talk about that what will happen if any of this condition is missing. Say, if chlorophyll is not there, do you think photosynthesis is carried out? अगर chlorophyll नहीं present रहेगा, तो क्या possible है? No. If sunlight, no, that is also essential. Then when we are talking about water, because raw materials period is water and carbon dioxide. So these two are the essential things. Moreover, sunlight and chlorophyll, that too is essential for the process of photosynthesis. So these four things are the essential things required for the process of photosynthesis. Okay, now factors affecting photosynthesis. What are the factors that affect photosynthesis? Yes, anyone? See, intensity of light, carbon dioxide concentration in the air, temperature and water are important external factors that influence the photosynthesis. Okay, क्या factors हैं जो कि photosynthesis के rate पर जो है अपना प्रभाव डालेंगे? कौन से factors हैं? Okay, when we are talking about factors, the first factor which we are talking about is intensity of light. Okay, as we people have discussed that light is essential for the process of photosynthesis. Sunlight is essential. So intensity of light, that is the most important thing that influence the process of photosynthesis. Okay, this is the factor which affects the process of photosynthesis. Then next one is temperature. Temperature is, it also matters. After that, we can say what is the concentration of water. Okay, that too matters a lot, or carbon dioxide concentration in the air. So these are the factors which affect the process of photosynthesis. ये जो factors हैं यही photosynthesis के process पर effect डालते हैं, ये चारों जो हैं, ठीक है. So this is regarding the photosynthesis. Okay, now next one is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. In heterotrophic mode of nutrition, how you are going to define heterotrophic mode of nutrition? कैसे define करोगे heterotrophic mode of nutrition को? Yes, anyone?
Mode of nutrition in which an organism can make its own food from simple or inorganic material like carbon dioxide and water and depends on another organism for its food.
You repeat your answer, please. Repeat your answer.
Mode of nutrition in which organism make its own food from simple organic materials like carbon dioxide, water depends on other for its food.
See, this is a heterotrophic mode of nutrition. That is that type of nutrition in which a living organism are not capable of preparing their own food. What they do, they depend on other directly or indirectly for their food. Okay, they do not prepare their own food utilizing the raw material, as we have discussed in autotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay, so it is quite different from autotrophic mode of nutrition. अगर हम लोग ऑटोट्रॉपिक मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन की बात करें तो उनसे ये बिल्कुल अलग है, क्योंकि वहां पे लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म जो है खुद अपना फूड प्रिपरेशन कर रहे थे यूटिलाइजिंग द रॉ मटेरियल्स. बट हियर व्हाट हैपन, द लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन द अदर फॉर देयर फूड. लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स जो है वो दूसरे पे डिपेंड है, दे आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन अदर फॉर देयर फूड. वो फूड के लिए दूसरे पे डिपेंड है, ना कि वो रॉ मटेरियल्स को यूज करके अपना फूड बना सकते हैं. ठीक है, तो दैट इज हेटेरोट्रॉपिक मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन. वो जो है हेटेरोट्रॉपिक मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन है. नाउ नेक्स्ट वन, नेक्स्ट इन हेटेरोट्रॉपिक मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन अगेन 3 टाइप्स आर देयर. व्हाट आर दोस? Yes, 3 types of heterotrophic mode of nutrition.
Parasitic, saprophytic, and holozoic.
Parasitic, saprophytic, and holozoic. Now, can you define parasitic mode of nutrition?
Or means depend on the host to gain their nutrition.
See, in parasitic mode of nutrition, what happens? A living organism depend upon in or on the body of other organism. Either they are remaining inside the body of other living organism or they are remaining outside, and what they are doing, they are taking their food and in exchange they are harming that living organism. That is parasitic mode of nutrition. ये जो है mode of nutrition जो है, ये parasitic mode of nutrition में क्या होता है? A living organism is dependent on other living organism for its food. It is depending upon the host for its food, we can say. वो host पे depend है अपने food के लिए, and in exchange they are harming the host. वो क्या कर रहे हैं? host को harm पहुंचा रहे हैं. ठीक है, तो that is parasitic mode of nutrition. See, parasitic organism or parasite live on or inside the body of other organism called host and obtain their food from them. The host does not get any benefit from the parasite. Okay, different parasite, what they are doing, they are obtaining their food and the host is not going to get any benefit from them. So that is parasitic mode of nutrition. Now cuscuti is one of the example, then head louse, that is another. Saprophytic, how you are going to define saprotropic mode of nutrition? Saprophytes, yes.
Nutrition in which an organism obtains its food from decaying organic matter of dead plants, dead animals, and rotten.
Yes, this is the mode of nutrition in which a living organism obtain their food from dead organism. Okay, means what they do, they secrete certain enzymes that are released on the food material outside their body. ये कुछ enzyme का secretion करते हैं अपने body के बाहर, जो कि उस फूड मटेरियल को ब्रेक डाउन कर देता है कॉम्प्लेक्स से सिंपलर फॉर्म में, ठीक है। द कॉमन एग्जांपल ऑफ सैप्रोफाइट्स आर फंजाई, that is mushroom, yeast, and many bacteria also. That is, and they are the example of saprotrophs, and their mode of nutrition is saprophytic mode of nutrition. They are obtaining their food, deriving their food from the dead organism. Okay, dead and decaying matters. From dead and decaying matters, they are obtaining their food. That's why they are called saprophytes, and their mode of nutrition is called saprotrophic mode of